Hello and welcome to the Door to Door YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about my 5 favorite Carriage House doors. Now a Carriage House door to me would be one that a lot of times you'll see paired with the decorative hardware, the decorative handles and strap hinges made to look like a pair of swing out doors rather than a standard overhead door. But it is a standard overhead door, works just like your regular garage door, but looks like a pair of swing outs. So let's get into it, starting with number 5. Number 5 for me would be the Fimbel Euro door. Now Fimbel is a company based out of White House, New Jersey, credited with designing one of the first overhead style doors way back in the 20s, 30s, not sure exactly. But they've been around a long time and they make a product with a composite material. It's a vinyl composite, almost like PVC. So if you look at it, it's a wood frame, insulated, and then on the front, it has a layer of their composite material, which is almost like a PVC, and then the design actually gets routed in. Nice thing about that is, especially if you keep it white, if it gets nicked or dinged up, you really don't see it. It just kind of blends in since the material is white all the way through, as well as maintenance. So it looks very much like a real wood door, but the problem with real wood is it requires a lot of maintenance. Where these doors really don't require any maintenance. Like I said, it's like a PVC material, almost like a plastic, so you just kind of wash it down, keep it clean. Not much you have to do with those doors, and they look fantastic. Come in a bunch of different styles and shapes. The nice thing about Fimbel, being such a small company, very customizable. They'll make just about anything you can come up with. If their standard designs don't work for you, you can work with them. They're very personable, and they'll help you come up with exactly what you want. So that's why that one would be my number 5, and it's just a really cool, unique door you don't see too often. Next, move on to number 4. My number 4 would be the Amor Classica. Now, the Amor Classica is an interesting door. It actually comes in a variety of different stampings that come under the Classica line. There's the Tuscany, Northampton, and some variations on that, and even Lucerne if you want to get some cross-bucked on what's, say, just a traditional triple layer steel door, very similar to the doors that we do, the traditional doors or any other type door where it's basically steel, a steel back and an insulation in the middle. They do make Pandor and 2000 models, which is the vinyl back doors, but we mostly stick to the 3000 model. Only comes in a 2-inch urethane, so you get a great R value out of those doors. And the nice thing with the Classica is it boasts on a 7-foot tall and 8-foot tall door, they can do 3 section doors. So even on 8-foot tall, they can do 3 32-inch sections. So you still have that traditional Carriage House look with the nice big glass section, big heavy 3-panel, really looking like a swing out carriage type door. But again, get that functionality of the modern overhead door. They even started offering a full view Classica where you can get all those big glass sections all down the front of the door. But the Amor Classica, it's a very popular door. We do a lot of them, and it's just a unique look that you really don't see from any of the other manufacturers in just a traditional stamped steel door, but really giving you a different Carriage House vibe. That's why the Classica would be my number 4. My number 3 favorite Carriage House door would be your overlay doors. Specifically, I'd be talking about the Clopay Coachman or its wood grain brother, the Canyon Ridge. These are both overlay doors, which is basically when they take a sandwich steel door, so steel insulation and a steel back, and then add another layer of overlay on top of a flush steel door to give it really the design and the depth. It's going to have more built-in windows. It's also going to have a lot more character to the design, having the overlays make the character rather than just being stamped into the steel. We do a fair amount of them, and with these, again, similar to the Classica, there's a whole range of different styles that you can get in just that one door. Ones with crossbucks, one with just vertical lines going up and down, that it can give your home a really unique look. That's why it'd be my number 3. Number 2 is going to be kind of a blanket term. I'm giving it number 2, but it's just going to be your custom wood Carriage House doors. Now, we don't do a whole lot of these, mainly because of the maintenance. They're a little bit pricey. They're actually, the ones that we work with are all really made to order. So they're all custom made just for you. You can get really anything you want with these doors. You can even draw a picture of what you want and they'll make it. They'll make just about anything. You can pick your different woods, all completely custom. don't do a whole lot of these, but they do add a lot of character to especially some older historical homes. Being in northern New Jersey, we have a lot of homes that are very old, 100 years plus, that these real wood carriage house doors really looks like stunners on them. I mean, they always look great, but on these older homes, they work well as newer homes. But again, the big issue with the real wood door is maintenance. You want that door to stay looking perfect, pristine, like the day when it is installed. Then every 3 to 5 years, really, you need to be addressing that door in some way, whether it's stripping and restaining or repainting, just taking care of it. Because as soon as as soon as moisture gets into that wood, it becomes a problem. So that's the biggest drawback to the wood door, and they are very expensive. Being that most of them now are all custom made. No one really does a kind of off the shelf wood door anymore. At least not too many people. It's really all going to be your custom carriage house doors. We usually get it through Amarr by Design, which comes from Carriage House out of North Carolina. Also Artisan through General Doors makes some really fabulous doors that, if the budget allows and the house calls for it, it's definitely something you want to consider. And then my number one carriage house door would be the Amarr Hillcrest, which is just your 4-section carriage house door. So made very similar to the traditional raised panel door, but has the carriage house stampings done to it. It's still going to be a steel sandwich door. Nice thing about this door is it's very affordable. It's only a little bit more than your traditional raised panel, and you can, again, pair it with the straps and handles and get that carriage house look for not a lot of money compared to the other options when it comes to carriage house doors. They do a couple different stampings in this one. They do a short panel beadboard, a long panel beadboard. They also do a recessed panel, which is also like a shaker style look. I personally like the long panel beadboard. Surprise, my favorite door from the last video was long panel traditional. And now when it comes to carriage house doors, I like the long panel beadboard. But that's just me. Maybe it's because I've installed so many that just what I like. But that is a great option. And every manufacturer has something similar, that 4-section carriage house door. General also does their carriage house estate. It's only offered in a short panel beadboard, but they have their recessed panel beadboard has a lot of detail to it, which you don't get from some of the other manufacturers, which is why one that we like a lot. But like I said, for my number one, it's probably the Amarr Hillcrest. Typically, we go with the 3138, the inch and 3/8 model, just because that one's probably a little bit more versatile, where 2-inch doors, depending on the jambs and framing, especially when retrofitting to an old garage, so it can bring up a few more issues that you can solve with an inch and 3/8 door. But we do a lot of those, and we love that door. It's like I said, it's a very economical option to get that carriage house look, but only be spending a little bit more than you would have just for like a standard raised panel door. So that's pretty much it. Again, those are my 5 favorite carriage house doors. Carriage house doors are very popular, especially in this area with a lot of older homes that really call for that carriage house look and really bring it home when you put that door on the front of your house and complete the look of your either farmhouse or just your traditional house that you want to get a little bit of that country style going. But yeah, so please mention in the comments below your favorite carriage house doors or favorite garage doors in general, or any questions, comments you might have. Always remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, thanks. Bye.